Back at you again. Wolcott Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. First time. And it's $40, $39.99, so $40. Let's get into it. I like the smell. Very rich in flavor. Oh wow. Oh, that's pretty good. This one real refined. Yeah. This worth all of $40. I like it. Very smooth. Wow. Can't go wrong. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, so back at you again. You grew up and go to school and you learn English or English subject, and when you get old, we don't apply them anymore. And I hate a person who can read and write and be ignorant, which is crazy. Like, I always, anywhere I go and talk to people, I always ask them if the prefix of sep is 7, right? The prefix of act is 8, and the prefix of nove is 9, and the prefix of deci is 10, right? We learn that in school. And then when we grow big and the system give us words opposite from the meaning where you learn in school, right? Because September should be the 7th month, October should be the 8th month, and November should be the 9th month, and December should be the 10th month, based on the word meaning. Because when you get into word meanings, people underestimated word meaning and etymology of words. Yeah, we have to get back in it and put in the work and make it be more fun, right? So one day I pass the pharmacy, Walgreen, and you look at the Walgreen, there is a pot on the Walgreen with stars coming out of it. And people see it all the time, but they don't see it. It's a subliminal message. That's why when you look up pharmacy, you go back to pharmacia, which means witchcraft. Right? So back in the day, witch mix up their potion in the pot. And when you look up the word pot, it wasn't always refer to utensil like cooking pot. Pot always go back to potion or drugs. That's why they call it pot. It's lately after pot, they stick it to the utensil pot where you're cooking. But before that, pot was always about the potion they mix up. Like when you watch Smurf, and the guy always mixing up the potion to catch a Smurf or drug them or something. Alright, so when you have time, always look at the Walgreen. There is a pot with a lot of star coming out. Because they're mixing up the potion, which is go back to witchcraft. Right? So it's good to look up words, get into words. And yeah, it's fun. Yeah, so at least the system, looking up words, you understand that the calendar, if September is the 7th month, October the 8th, November 9, December 10, right? That means January should be the 11th month and February the 12th month, right? That's why when you look up January, you go back to Janus, the god Janus, which means the beginning and the end. So people think they're smart, but they're not smart until you deep dive into these words and start to teach yourself. Because we've been bamboozled system. And that's why we cannot unravel. I have this conversation regularly if my wife come about it. Right? The Bible says Christ going to stay on the earth 3 days and 3 nights. And that's why you know what people are like zombie. If the Bible says the Messiah going to be in the earth 3 days and 3 nights. But yet our people like zombie, Friday to Sunday, you cannot, there's no way you can get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday morning. Right? And only way you can solve that mystery, which is not a mystery, but when you deviate from your culture, it's hard for you to solve the mystery. And the mystery is, you have to understand that the months start by the new moon. And back then, those days, they understand the month start by the new moon, and they count from there, day 1, day 2, all the way to the 14th day, which is the Passover, and then after the Passover, the 11 unleavened bread start. So back then, there is no Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Those things come lately, and we follow those things, and that's why you've been bamboozled. So if somebody asks you to get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday, you're going to be scratching your head and trying to figure out like it's a magic trick, but there's no magic trick to it. It's because we don't understand time, and the biblical time is different from now. We are under a Gregorian time. I forgot the name. Gregorian calendar. But back then we divine people, we go by the Most High calendar, which is the moon. Alright? That's why when Israel was coming out of Egypt, Egypt have a 14-day week. So we have to, the Most High have to give us the calendar based off the moon. And that's how Israel get it coming out of Egypt in the wilderness, Mount Sinai. We got that calendar, and it never changed. So back in the time when the Passover, when the Messiah died, he died on the Passover, right? And he did stay in the earth 3 days and 3 nights, but not according to this calendar today. You have to go off the calendar based off the new moon. Alright? So you guys have to do the research, and I'm going to research it and give it to you. When you research and give it to people, they take light out of it. Alright? So you go and put in your work and do your research and get it. And you will appreciate it more. I'm just giving you the starter point of it. So in idea, you have to know the calendar to solve that mystery. You cannot get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday morning. Alright? So that's a good starting point for you guys. And yeah, I like this one. It's smooth, very refined, great bottle as a present. Can't beat that. First time trying, and I love it. And this is going to be my new P's and Q's. Drink and conversate. As I was saying, this is my community service. I used to drive around with a lot of books, and people don't want to read them, so I just stopped driving around with them. So now this is a different medium to bring out information. Alright, so catch you on another one.